Hi all, it's Foxborough, and as you can probably hear, my voice is still not in the best condition, but who am I to not record new stuff on YouTube when Thawfest is finally out? So in today's episode, we are going to focus on the new Borg maze. So I usually start with the first room to the left, which is the maze in a maze, basically, and it usually is included in the event maze like every year, so there is no surprise here. And the nice thing about this room is that you don't really have to do anything that requires using your brain, because in the previous versions we had to follow the path of different symbols. And later on, there was a room where we have to jump on the platforms with the right symbols on in the right order. But this year, it's basically just the jumping and being fast enough for the platforms to not fall in the water. In the next chamber, all we have to do is to move the stone pillars in a way that will make them help us reach to the way out of this room. There's nothing hard here. And if you want my tips, well, sometimes it's faster to just kill yourself and respawn at the entrance than to run all the way back. Next room is another of the type of the riddles one, where you have to put the dragon, I honestly have no idea what it is, statues on the right, buttons on the floor, in order to open the way out. And if you are totally lazy and don't want to use your brain, just look at the colors on my screen, do the same stuff, and you are done. Next room is kind of like a riddle, but not really. It's easy enough to do it in few minutes. And I honestly have no idea if I'm doing it in the right way or if it's the fastest way, but it works. So I'm probably going to look for another solution later, but for now it works, so let's just do it my usual way. Next room is all about looking for little dragons. So you basically have to run through bushes and look for the baby dragons. I think there's 5 or 6, and each time you find one for the second time when they run away from you, they are going to have little hearts floating over them. So when all the dragons are done and they all have floaty hearts over them, it means that the room is done and you can continue to another section of the maze. As for the stalker classroom, I believe, or at least I hope it was the stalker class. It's all about being fast because you need to avoid all the shooting fireballs, swords and such. But the important thing is that you have to remember to click or jump or whatever, step on all the buttons in the floor, because otherwise the gate is not going to open. The next chamber is another maze in a maze where we have to be careful and watch out for the speed stingers. I honestly hate this part, and I usually leave it for like the last room I have to do because I hate it so much. So that's it for Borg the Bold Maze. I hope my tips were useful and that the whole video is going to be helpful for you. And with that being said, thank you all for watching and see you in the next one.